Good afternoon. Just trying to turn up some brightness on the screen here and the sounds all the way up. And just getting Instagram started. Hi. Hello. Welcome to Noon Flow. We'll give just a couple moments for people to join in. I hope that if maybe you're joining today and you're not really feeling up to it entirely, but you're showing up for yourself. And so just remembering that, the value in that. And today's class, the word that I've been thinking of a lot of words this past weekend into this week, but today was just value. And hi there, if you're joining, so nice to have you. And I just wanted to briefly talk about the branches of yoga and kind of give just like a little history lesson or philosophy lesson in a way before we begin. So get comfortable, take a couple moments to drop in to your own seat, and we can begin. So there are 6 branches of yoga, and each branch sort of has its own unique set of characteristics and methods of being, but all of the branches eventually, in a way, naturally overlap. And the more you begin to practice, the more you might start to notice that. And Hatha yoga, which is often described as, I think they say sun or moon, but Hatha does not mean sun or moon. It actually means forceful and like something very actionable. So a lot of the ways that we practice asana is Hatha yoga because we're using our body in this forceful way and moving the breath to connect. So there's Hatha yoga. Then there's Raja yoga, which is the royal path, which many of us might know from Patanjali. And that would be the practice of meditation. And so it's mainly done through meditation. We visit meditation, which in a sense is our ability to witness ourselves in our state of being and then move beyond ourselves through all of these major observances. And so that's Raja yoga, the royal path of meditation, which you might know through Patanjali, and then that's the strict sort of 8-limb path of discipline. And then there's karma yoga, which comes up a lot. We might hear the word karma often. It has multiple methods of use. It can mean a few different things depending on how you're using it. But karma essentially is the path of service. And I talked about that in class on Monday night briefly. And it's just what we experience is created by our action. So karma is all about action, and that's, the action that we're seeing and we're a part of right now, in a sense, is karma or service in our communities playing a large role. And then there's bhakti, which is devotion. And if you've done kirtan or kundalini, oftentimes there's mantra, and it's recognizing the divine or what's bigger than all of us in every single being on the planet. And it's expressed through every thought, through every word that we share, and through every deed. And so living in a devotional or bhakti way is another, to me, is a method of respect and observing the value of life, right? And how we share with each other. And then jnana yoga is yoga of the mind or the intellect. And that would be if you're really into the studying the texts, the ancient texts, if you're really into like the scholarly realm. And I would liken that to people that go into law, And then Tantra, which can be greatly misunderstood, but Tantra is essentially the yoga of ritual. And making all of life a sacred act. So making everything you do, giving everything you do a meaning and a sacred purpose, and then just upholding that. And for me, Tantra is a method of observing and receiving and giving respect. So through those branches, we notice, and maybe through the way I've discussed all of them, the overlap of all of those things. And I would say, in a way, each is a path of value and respect. And right now, I think in the grander scheme, especially here in America, if you're tuning in, this is playing out right now in our main, in our daily lives, you know, remembering and saying we need to uphold value and we need to uphold respect. And so I want to invite us into a remembrance and a space of receiving and feeling valued and giving value and ultimately respect. So, long-winded, thank you for joining. I always forget to say my name. It's Alissa, Marguerite Yoga, and it's so wonderful to be here with you at Flex and Flow. Let's start on the mat with some simple breathing. I'll slide back and join you. And so again, encouraging value and respect to feed this practice today. Value your body, value your breath, respect your body, its messages, respect your breath, and the messages that come through. Just begin rubbing your palms, awakening the heart center. Invite in a sense of bhakti, a sense of devotion for yourself for this practice. And just awakening the central spinal channel. Let's take the sound Om 3 times, or you can just hum or exhale along. No worries, but something that's vibratory and awakens the spine. Deep breath in. Just begin to return to your normal rhythm of breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. As you do that, continue to relax inwards and downwards through the belly, all of the organs there, and into your pelvic floor. And then lean into and lengthen up through the top of the spine and the crown. Invite more space through the throat, through the roof of the mouth, and through the skull. And then we'll do 4 rounds of the breath I'm going to offer today, and it will be an inhale through the nose for a count of 4. And then at the top of that inhale count, you'll hold your breath in for a count of 7. While you're holding your breath for the count of 7, I invite you to mentally relax inwards, so the throat, starting at the throat, and then relax the chest, and then relax the belly, and all the way down again to the pelvis, and maybe the fronts of your hip flexors, all the way down to the toes for a count of 7. And then you'll exhale after you relax for a count of 8. So, one more time, and we'll inhale for a count of 4 and hold. Hold for a count of 7 and just relax through the whole body mentally. Then it will be the exhale for a count of 8. So let's begin. I'll count through the first one. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath for 7, 6. Relax internally. Relax behind the eyes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for the count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take 3 more rounds on your own, nice and quiet. The exhale is through the nostrils, very quiet. After your last and final round, open your eyes. And once the eyes open, let's take an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. As we exhale, interlace all of the fingers, squeeze them all together, and pull the fist down to the heart. Keep squeezing your fingers as tightly as you can. We'll hold for 3, for 2, for 1, and then keep your fingers interlaced. Press the backs of your palms forward. Press the fingers towards the wrists, the opposing wrists, as much as you can. We'll hold there for 3, for 2, for 1, and then just allow your fingers to press forward and slowly unweave them. And then we'll push the wrist back, fingers curl towards the backs of the forearms there, and then take the arms apart. And then just kind of play with your shoulders, relaxing across the chest. And then we'll turn the palms upwards, but keep the fingers curling inwards, like a snake, something silly. And then starting with the thumb, we'll open the fingers out and press. So thumb opens and presses. Pointer finger or index finger opens and presses. Middle finger opens and presses away. Ring finger opens and presses away, followed by the pinky finger, and then let's just shake it out. Let that relax all the way up through your arms. Let the shake of your arms start to shake the chest, start to shake the waist and the hips. Maybe your legs rock a little. And then we'll take 1 breath in through the nose, and on the exhale, we'll make a raspberry sound blowing out through the lips. Inhale. Relax the hands down. Join me in hands and knees position. And get into the grip of your fingers. And today we'll play with letting our shoulders and our arms rock a little bit as our weight compensates. But essentially, we'll start by lifting the left knee up. Keep the belly slightly engaged. And then press the left leg back and across behind the right, so a little diagonal. And then we'll pull the knee to the left shoulder, do a little side crunch, and then place the knee down. Lift the left knee up. Press it back in a diagonal over to the left side of the room. And again, let your weight compensate. Just don't let the tummy drop. And then pull the right knee to the right shoulder, a little side crunch, and then bring it down. So again, left knee up, back and out, over to the shoulder, and down. Right knee out, press it back to the left, to the shoulder, side crunch, and down. Left, back, over to the shoulder, and down. Right, back, over to the shoulder, and down. One more time with the left, back, shoulder, down, right, back, shoulder, and down. Lift the heart into cow pose. Draw the armpits back a little bit. Lift the throat. Just as far out with the throat as feels accessible. You can still breathe. You're not cutting off the the center of the throat there. And around into cat pose. Rock the weight right and left. Try and release through the side waist and the low back. And then inhale through the center again into cow. Tuck your toes this time. Press them across and into the mat. And then from here, we'll lift back up into downward facing dog. And just gently pull the heart in, creating a little bit of rounding like cat. And then just drop the head. Rest the weight in the hands. Maybe it's slightly more in the hands right now than the legs. Again, just noticing that, the experience and where we feel things in the body can change. They all feed the system. Just observing. Let the head relax through the neck. One more breath here. And out. Start to lift your right heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Let the weight transfer across your hands. Try not to turn into your left waist. Firmly press the left big toe. One more breath. And swing the right foot between the hands. Lower the left knee down. Inhale and just drag the right heel back energetically as you lift the heart. And then we'll press into both legs, straighten out and take a counter turn to the left. Wide leg forward fold. We will inhale, pull the weight towards the toe mounds, lift the heart. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift the heart again halfway. Exhale, fold in. This time, lift the heart halfway, inhale. Back to that low lunge of the right toes, top of the mat, left knee down. From here, draw your right heel back energetically, lift the spine this time, Anjaneyasana, palms up. And as you exhale, hands to the floor. Round into your back, press the floor away and lift your back leg. We'll hold here for 3. Firmly root your hands for 2. Lift the navel for 1. Slide your right foot back, high plank. Pull the heart through and lower to the belly. Inhale through cobra, heart pulls forward. I'm going to move this great block. Inner arms strong. Spread your fingers to prepare and then come into high plank to downward facing dog. Slightly rounded through the spine. Lock your feet in a couple inches if you need. Slowly breathe in and slowly breathe out. Left heel to the sky. Press across both hands. Press into the right big toe. And then swing the foot between you. Right knee down. Inhale, drag energetically the left heel back as the heart lifts. And then as you exhale, we'll press into the right toes, lift the leg and turn to the right. Halfway lengthen, bring the weight slightly forward so it's even across the feet. And then fold, crown down. One more time, lifting and releasing. This time as we lift up, turn back to the left toes, right knee down. Hug the thighs and lift the spine. Reach the arms. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, round the upper back, press the palms into the floor, lift the right knee. We'll hold here for 3, for 2, for 1, and then slide. Left leg back, heart forward, and to the belly. Cobra. Take your time, spread out. If you get a little stuck, walk the legs back. Pull the collarbones wide. Firm the inner arms, press the fingers, high plank to downward facing dog. Let's bend the knees, look to the hands and travel to the top of the mat. Lengthen and then fold. Walk your hands behind your legs, clasp opposite wrists or opposite elbows. Lift the backs of the thighs. Bring the weight towards the ankle crease. Spread out the toes. If you need to look at your big toes, go ahead. Otherwise, relax the forehead. Release the arms. Plant your fingertips forward. Lift your heels, press into your toes, bend your knees and open the knees out. We'll sink the seat, lift the heart, and then we'll lift the bum, press back into the toes, straight legs, and the knees and heels drop down. So heels rather, not knees. And then press and rise all the way up. Hands through heart center, one, exhale there. And then fold down. Lengthen the spine. And travel to downward facing dog. So taking that vinyasa. Cobra, upward facing. Keep the spine lengthening. Strong arms, strong legs. And downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. Step between the hands. Left knee down. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, turn to the left. Wide leg fold between the legs. Lengthen the heart. Fold. Lengthen the heart. Turn to the right toes again. Left knee down. This time, Anjaneyasana, lifting up. And then travel to downward facing dog. So, taking that vinyasa. Following through. Or subtracting as you need. Back to down dog. And the left heel will lift. Step between the hands. Right knee down. Inhale, just the heart. Exhale, lift up and turn to the left, right between the legs. Lengthen the heart. And fold. Lengthen the heart. And spin around to the left toes, right knee down. Anjaneyasana this time. And to downward facing dog. Slow breath here. And out. Travel to your hands at the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine. And then fold down, hands behind the legs. Once again, clasp opposite elbows if you can. Weight slightly forward. Nose in, 2 more breaths. Release any gripping. Release the hands. Bring them forward, lift the heels. Bend your knees open, drop your seat, lift your heart. Inhale. And as you exhale, press your toes, heels stay lifted, squeeze the knees together, then bring the heels down. Rise up, inhale. Hands and heart, exhale. At the end of that out breath, forward fold. Lengthen the spine. Travel to downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. Step between the hands. Left knee down. Now changing it up just a little bit. Anjaneyasana, this first round. Lifting it up. And exhale, hands to the floor. Lift the back knee. Turn to the left. This time, right hand over to the left ankle. If it doesn't reach the ankle, just somewhere up to the left of your mat. Holding it back, lean into the right shoulder. So you're holding to the left, leaning to the center or the right, and then lift your left arm. Now, if you need to, bend your right knee to help the lower back if your pelvis is feeling a little wonky today. 1 more breath. Release through the middle. Lift the heart halfway to your right toes, lunge at the top of the mat. From here, extended side angle, drop your back heel. Open your left waist, right side stays rooted. Let this right knee Really come forward. Drop that thigh. Lift through the pelvic floor. Now, strongly press your right leg. We'll reverse warrior. Try not to do that and come back. Keep that thigh down. Waist lifts. Pelvis lifts. Tailbone drops. Hands to floor. High plank. And go on and travel to downward facing dog. Slow breath here. And out. And just settling back into the physical body. Connecting it with your rhythmic breath. Acknowledging the ego mind that feeds the moment, but not using it to grab on to thoughts. Left leg to the sky. And step between the hands. Right knee down, Anjaneyasana, lifting up. Hands to the floor. Lift the back knee, turn to the right. Left hand to the right ankle or somewhere to the left of your mat. Lean towards your left waist. Lift your right arm. Left knee can bend or you can keep it straight. And just find ways to mechanically support your pelvis and energetically support your back. Last breath here. And close it down. Lift the heart, turn to your left toes. Side angle lunge, right heel roots, left arm stays. Lift the right waist and reach the arm. Last breath. Anchor into your left leg, keep it low. Reverse your warrior, come up and back. Cartwheel the hands to the floor. High plank pose. And again, your choice of travel. Adding or subtracting, whatever you might need. Back to downward facing dog. Slow breath in. And slow breath out. Bending the knees, looking to the hands. On an empty breath, hop to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine away from the thighs, and then fold down. Hands to the floor. Pop your heels, inner ankles towards each other. And then knees wide, seat lowers. Come down. From here, rocking onto the back. Keep the knees close to the arms and hug in to reclined crow. Press the arms and the knees together. Press the big toes together. Feel the squeeze of your heels towards the pubic bone. Once you have this, hands flexed, wide fingers, press up through the arms and then lean back. Up, lift head and shoulders, and then back. Last 3, 2, 1, and lie back. Take your right knee over your left knee, recline Gomukhasana. Slide your hands onto your shins. Resist any urge to tug here. Instead, just hug the thighs in, drop the back of your hips down. You can play with the angle that your shins are in. You can just let them relax if you want to. 2 more breaths. Open the legs, take a wide kick, and then left knee over the right, hug the thighs in, recline Gomukhasana. You can hold the shins. Press them wide. Reach the arms wide if you'd like. And then hug the knees in towards the chest. Give the thighs a moment to relax. And then we'll rock and roll. And then we'll step back to high plank or hop back to high plank and move back to downward facing dog. So setting up your target if you're coming up, looking forward, getting the hands ready to catch. Press the feet, and then you can shoot them back and travel back to downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky when you're ready. This time, bend the knee, lift the thigh up, and kick the heel away, and pull it in. Kick the heel away, and pull it in. One more time. Pull it in, and then right knee to right shoulder, lift it up. We'll hold for 3. For 2, you can look over to it for 1, and then knee to chest, step between the hands. High crescent lunge, take your time coming up. Hands through heart, revolve to the right, turning into your revolved crescent here. Hug the hips, press through both heels, soften behind the heart. One more breath, and let it out. Inhale, up through your high crescent. As you exhale, lean over your right thigh. Right hand down, left heel down. Extended side angle. And this time, now straighten the right leg. Come up and reverse your triangle. And then notice if your bum wants to swing back, like mine often does, lift up from the pubic bone. Press the feet more. Use the inner groins. One more breath. Start to bend the right knee, relax into that joint. We're going to turn and get the left leg up and around the right for eagle. So, big sweep, a hook, maybe the toes wrap around the shin. Left arm under the right. Dropping in. Feel all of those counterpoints moving together, moving towards each other, inwards and upwards, to create a balance. One more breath. Lift up, left knee to chest, and then place it down, fold at the top of the mat. Lengthen the heart forward, lean into your left foot, press your right leg back into supported warrior 3. Lean into your right fingers, roll the left heart open, revolved half moon. If you get trapped in your left hip, or it wants to sickle out, just hug from the sitting bone in, lift the outer thigh up, lift the navel up, one more breath, and land back. Slide the hands back, lower the right knee. Inhale through the heart. Little detour. Lift up, turn to the right. Suck up both thighs. Fold the heart down, over that leg, and breathe for 3. You can bend your knees and move a little bit if you'd like to for 2. Last one. Start to pick the heart up. Walk to your left toes at the top of the mat. Travel to downward facing dog. Soon as you're ready, left leg to the sky. Bend the knee, lift the thigh up, and then kick it out. Pull it in. Heel to bum. Push it out, and pull it in. Last time out. Pull it in, keep the knee bent, pull it to the left shoulder. Close the waist for 3. For 2. For 1. To the chest. And step it down. High crescent lunge, rising up. Hands through heart will revolve to the left. press through both feet strongly. Feel the navel help lift the heart through the center of your chest, rolling around the spine. Last breath. Lift up through the middle. And then lean and fly. Feel the legs take each landing. Left hand down, right heel down, extended side angle. And then press into your left leg, straighten out, reverse triangle. Bend your left knee, relax into the joints, we'll spin around. Wrap the right leg around the left. Hook the ankle. Right arm under the left, eagle pose. Look through the arms, pass the gaze forward, maybe slightly upward. Anchor the feet down. Unravel, step the right foot out, reach your arms up overhead. And forward fold. As you lengthen your spine, lean into the right leg, press your left leg back. And then lean into your left fingertips, lift your heart to the right, revolved half moon. One more breath. We'll land back in a lunge. Slide the fingers back. Inhale, lift the heart. And then we're coming up into wide leg forward fold to the left. 3 breaths. Maybe shortening the stance just a little bit. Then letting yourself come down. Relax through the head. Maybe flip your fingers up, upside down, palms upside down. Backs of wrists, get a little press into the floor. Last breath in. And out. Start to lift your heart up, fix the gaze, come forward to the right toes. High plank pose. And again, your choice of travel to downward facing dog. And take it up and back. From your knees to the floor. Walk your hands forward. Drop your heart, puppy dog pose. And just feeling into that give and take the release at your low rib cage. Relax the diaphragm. Relax the navel. And then press into your forearms, pull your belly down, lift up into Sphinx. Adjust the thighs. Generally, when we're on the belly, we want the tops of the center of our thighs down. But for some of us, they might roll one way or the other, so just acknowledge, don't judge the way that they're rolling. Create space so you can feel almost like the triangle that gets created from the pubic bone up through like this part of your front low hips on the floor. Slide the back of your heart back. Let the shoulder blades just be an accessory. And just sitting here, I get a lot of feeling of strength in this pose as we're grounded through our lower body, but our heart is just moving the way forwards and lifting our minds, elevating the mind upwards. And take a moment to come back to your self-value. And from here, if you'd like to take a break and just kind of rest, you can rock down on your belly. If you'd like to join me in one of my favorite postures, also very strong feeling, dolphin pose. You might walk your elbows in just a couple inches, let the arms press down, the skin rolls away a bit, inner arms lift up. Press back into the knees, lift the pubic bone, and then just start to walk your feet in as your head dangles down off of the floor. Thighs up, heels down, back strong. Relax the head. Press the fingers, pop the arms. We'll meet in down dog if you're on your belly. Coming through up dog or cobra is great. If you need a sip of water, go on and take it now. And then we'll join in downward facing dog. Last bit of flowing to play around, and then we'll come down to the mat. Settle back in. Then take your left leg to the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, lift the thigh up. We'll skip that kick out. Just pull the knee to the shoulder, and then to the chest, and step between the hands. From here, extended side angle. Lift up through the left waist. Reverse your triangle. Straighten out the right leg. Lengthen the right waist up. From here, bend the right knee. Come into your bound side angle. Right arm under. Left arm behind the back and hook your thigh. Again, if your bum wants to pull you up and back, it's okay. But bring your sitting bone down, knee forward, strong shin. And then we'll step the left foot in. Lean into the left foot. Let your heart pivot you to the left, and then press your left big toe to lift yourself up. Squeezing your right thigh towards your waist, or right knee to the shoulder, just like you practiced from three-legged dog. So that if you were to let the arms go, they're not holding your leg in place, but the leg strength is holding itself up. Press your right toes forward. And then today's play, we're going to release and take half moon into the left leg. Follow the angle of your left big toe and open towards it. So you might be crooked on your mat. Let that be okay. And then wherever you land, just close your right foot down to fold with your left foot. Lift the heart up. Fold. Press and rise all the way up to stand. Lift your right knee. Hook your right leg around your left. Hands through heart. Start to turn to the right with your torso. Hands come down to the ground. Knees are in a deep squeeze together. You might just play with being here, hugging the right knee into your left upper arm, or letting your weight really come forward into both hands, leaning forward, and then kicking your legs apart. I like to look in the direction that my nose is going. So if you're leaning to the side, you might look slightly up and to the left corner of your mat with your legs crossed. So again, some playtime there. And it's okay, your legs might just fall right down your arms. They might slide because of your pants. You might not like the feeling of your IT jammed into your left elbow. Your head could come down like that. We'll pull it together. Shake off the wrists. Let's come all the way up to stand. Hands through heart. Hands by side. Okay, from the top of the mat, sweep the arms up. Forward fold. Left foot back, knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, half split. Sitting back or leaning back, straightening out your right thigh. So you might be up more or back. Draw the toes up, spread the sole of your foot out. One more breath. And come into your right foot. From here, plant your hands, high plank. Back to downward facing dog. No rush there. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Okay. For the second side, you're going to flip around so that the orientation might help if you're needing to observe. Left leg to the sky. Bend the knee. Pull the knee to the left shoulder. And then to the chest. Step the foot between the hands. Right heel down, extended side angle, lift your right heart. Reverse your triangle, press through the legs, straighten out, lengthen the waist. Extended side angle with your bind. Take your left arm down, turn the elbow, catch behind your back, and then drop your sitting bone, lift your heart forward and up. From here, keep your fingers locked together behind you. Step your right foot in. Lift your left knee, keep it lifting to your shoulder as you press your right big toe and lift your spine. Kick your left foot out, open the toes, bird of paradise, and then release into half moon. Follow the orientation of your right big toe and thigh. Feel it out like an antenna. Woo. One more breath. Fold. Follow the direction of your right foot with your left foot. Release. Lengthen the heart. And then fold. Rise all the way up. Left knee around the right. Lift and hook. Squeeze those thighs nice and strong. Hands through heart. Start to sink down. Turn so you can get that outer right arm, upper outer right arm, into the left knee, and then lean forward. Lift off, kick out, head down. Whew. And you might notice, so for me, I've had injury in the left arm, wrist, shoulders, a little less strong, so it might not work as good as on one side, and that's totally fine. But it's the actionable, right? And then just going with it, never judging myself if I can't do certain arm balances. Don't judge yourself. It doesn't make you less enlightened or in the practice. And again, there's so many paths, right? Start to release that when you're done. Feet together. Come all the way up. Hands through heart. And then turn to the back of the mat, or turn back, sorry, to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Step your right foot back. Knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. And as you exhale, half split. Start to lean back. Send your left heel forward. Reorient your pelvis if it wants to really tilt you one way or another. See if you can direct those sitting bones a little more evenly. Okay, last breath here. And bringing it forward, stepping down. Travel back, downward facing dog. And then we'll just meet in a cross-legged seat. So pull one shin forward and then swing the other shin in front of it. And join me down. From here, just acknowledging the triangle shape that you're making. Let's lean back into the seat. Lift the heart up, and then we'll start to round forward. And as we round forward, let the weight bring us a little more forward on the sitting bones and down. Press into the pinky edges of your feet. Just slightly firm the inner ankles. Relax the breath around your lower back. Then try to create more space across your rib cage. Follow the stillness of your next exhale, and then gently lift your heart up. Lean back and change the cross of your ankles. And again, we'll lean slightly back into sitting bones, bring the hands up, inhale. And then as we lean forward, rock the weight slightly forward and come down. Forearms to floor. You might like to hold the head or just let the head dangle and release the back of the neck. Follow the silence of your next exhale. Lift the heart up. And then we'll uncross the legs and just shake out by the knees. Let the ankles rock in and out. Just a little movement there. You might lean back on your hands. And then let's tilt one ear towards one shoulder. And then roll the chin, tilt the other ear towards the other shoulder. And then sitting up, relaxing the arms. So bring the hands up and just shake again through the wrists like at the start of class, but a little more vigorously. And then let's take the fingers and comb them through the hair. Relaxing the head. If you practice with me, you know I am not a fan of ponytails, so even though during this pandemic my hair has grown like 1,000,000 inches compared to where it usually is, I don't wear ponies so that I can really feel relaxed throughout my skull. So take your ponytail out if you have one, give your head a good rub, and then we'll move on to squeezing the ears, and as you do that, you can recross your legs or you can transfer into a hero's pose. So starting at the earlobes, just gently grip and pull. Maybe closing the eyes for a moment. And then we'll do a little bit of stuff for the face. And so I know right now it's very attractive and it's very important, I think, to be taking in all of the information around us so we can really learn what's going on. We can be readily available with sources and we can do our research and be informed. And with that, though, I know personally my eyeballs are like dry and they're strained. And so we'll do something for the eyes, which I would highly recommend you do every day after at least like an hour of reading, especially if you're on a small screen, a cell phone, a tablet, what have you. So what we will do is, I'll get a little closer actually so you can see. And stuff with the face, you know, there's gonna be a lot more twitching if you're not used to it. So just be open to that. It's your body responding from the things you probably don't do with it a lot, right? There's muscles in here. Sometimes I forget myself. So what you'll do is you'll let your eyelids get really heavy, kind of close them down, but then you'll lift your eyeballs and imagine that you could take them 360 degrees around. So really try to look up and back behind your skull while you let your eyes close. That's gonna make the lids really, really shake. We'll count to about 10. We'll take an inhale And as we exhale, we'll open our eyes and look forward. Okay? And we'll do that 4 total times. So, round 1. Go ahead and close the eyes. And just relax the rest of your face. You can even touch your forehead if you're worried you're gonna squeeze your brows or anything. Maybe one hand to forehead. Start to lift your eyeballs only up and back. Roll them as far back as you can. Let your eyelids respond. Relax the cheeks, relax the jaw. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. Open the eyes, exhale. Look forward. Okay, there's round 1. Let's go into 2. Close the eyes, roll them back into the skull. 10, 9, 8, relax the face. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. Open, exhale. Look forward, blink the eyes, look right and left. Make circles. Okay, round 3. Close the eyes, lift the eyeballs up and back as far as you can go, as far as you can go. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. Open the eyes. Okay, blink. One more round. Close the lids. Look up and back behind you. Relax everything else. Last 3. Last 2. Inhale. Open the mouth. Open the eyes. Good. Take your fingers, just your pointer and your middle, and just gently press and pat the eyelids. And then let's press up into the eyebrows, up as you move across from the center to the outside. And then when you get to your temples, just give those a little rub. Go in the other direction. Blink the eyes a couple more times. And then join me on your back. So we're getting close to time here on Instagram. So we'll just take a couple moments of stillness. Acceptance is a big part of this practice. And through the acceptance can then the real juice of the practice, the real knowledge, the intellect, the wisdom, really settle in. And we just marinate in that. So that the next time we sit up and we step off the mat, we are in a state of ultimate presence, and we are living in our most rightness of that works for ourselves in order to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. Take another couple breaths. I'll invite, if you'd like to just close where you're at instead of coming back up to a seat, totally cool. I encourage you to, again, just acknowledge and address your value and the ways in which you respect yourself. And then, let that also be fed by all of the ways in which you might experience disrespect, right? We have to acknowledge the disrespect in order to learn what respect means to each and every one of us. So as always, be well, Utilize this tool as much as you need. Ask questions. Thank you so much for being here. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Ruby. Mwah. Bye-bye.